You're listening to The L Zone. Trisha Marie.
Hello, welcome to the L Zone with me, Latricia Marie, coming to you today with a really cool topic. I think it's cool. It may be offensive, so I may, get some inboxes. I don't know. Either way, the topic is how to deal with offense and are you being offensive? It's one of those weird spaces. I've encountered it myself, and I have been a person that has been told that was offensive. Not a lot of times because I try to watch myself, but I wanted to bring up this topic because I've encountered situations and other people around me have encountered situations of being offended or being offensive. And my first thought is, do you know that you're being offensive? And they'll be in their feelings, not realizing that them too, they have been offensive as well. It may not have been corrected at the time of the offense, whoever they did it to, but it's kind of like, I wonder if people really see themselves. So I went inward and I reflected over my lifespan. I'm 41, of when I started interacting with connections, friendships, relationships, and I'm like, I've been told that I've been offensive, and my first thought is, well, if I don't feel negative towards you, I don't have a hate towards you, you haven't made me mad. So if I'm saying something in that particular time, depending on the context, if I'm saying something to you, I don't think I'm being offensive. So how am I offending you? And depending on the situation, they're like, well, your tone. And I'm like, okay, is it really my tone or something's triggered in you from God knows when? And whatever I just said, whatever phrase it may be, it could be a word or whatever, has offended you, and now you putting that on me. I went down the rabbit hole and had to kind of really check in and see, am I legit being offensive and offending people out here? Vice versa. Because I have a habit, I know me, I have a habit of, if I feel offended, I just disappear. Limit my interaction, limit my presence, because I'm not trying to force you to change up something you may not have a problem with, or you may not see that is a problem, because you're talking to me as if I'm everybody else, and I don't have the energy, especially if I know where you are in my life. I just place people differently. Like, I have a girlfriend I've known forever, and we've gone through different transitions of life, but her, it's not so much as blunt. She just like, this is me, and my delivery is like common. I don't want to say it's like common sense, like, but as time has gone, over the years I've known this particular girlfriend, she's a little softer, but that's just her. Her delivery is, this is what it is, but it's coming from a loving place. And because me and her gone through things, I can kind of adjust and take what I'm listening to a whole lot better than somebody I really don't know, haven't built that relationship up with. And I think that's where a lot of people have a problem and have an issue that builds the tension and resentment and anger, and they don't realize, okay, you're offended by this person, somebody you've known longer, that you built a world with, a language with, where you're not as offended by them, but you are over here because you really don't know this person, but because you use the word friend, and everybody's definition, I don't care who you are, I'm always say this, your concept is not the same. So why do we keep getting offended? Why can't we pause, even if the person is saying some crazy shit? Because that's what people do sometimes. And they may be used to, if we're in a chill environment, we laugh and kick in, ha. How are you offended by what I said? Especially when you have been offensive yourself. You just may not think you are. And you'll brush it off of, people just don't handle the truth well. Okay, that's pretty much everybody then. So how are you offended? And why can't you just kind of be like, you know what, read the moment and take it for what it is, and depending on who it's coming from, it's kind of like, don't go into ego quick. So that's my first way of dealing with being offended or dealing with someone who's told me I'm being offensive, is let me immediately take my ego out. Because depending on who you are, I'm not finna jump stupid on you. I'm going to pause, and depending on what you said, is it really worth me correcting you? Am I really finna be around you like that? I'm probably not. So, oh, okay. 10 times out of 10, someone has come to me and be like, why don't you hang out with me? Why don't you really talk? Or they may feel something, and I really don't remember like the situation because I let it go. I just know the category I placed you in and move forward. It's not, I don't want to say it like that. I do remember, but not in a way where I'm harboring over it, because people have a issue to me with keep reliving it. And it's like, if you really over it, stop bringing it up. That's just my logic. Don't shoot me. But that's how I am. Once I'm like, oh, okay, out of mind. I just know how you are and keep moving. I don't hate you. I'm just like, I don't have the energy to correct you because of who you are to me. It's not worth it. And okay, you just being you. But if they do come up to me after time has gone by and they really ask me on some one-on-one, please don't ever bring up a situation with me in public, because then I'm like, oh, we can correct in public, and you may not like what I have to say, because everybody don't take it well. But back onto the topic, if you bring it to me, I'm gonna say, hey, this particular thing happened, this is how I received it, and I don't really move like that. And being that me and you really aren't friends, you're not part of my village, I'm like, hey, we cool, but I don't have to deal with you like that. I can deal with you on certain occasions versus we gotta be around. That's not the nature of our connection. So knowing the connection helps out a lot, and taking out ego. Definitely take out ego. If it's a village person, you already know how they are. They know your temperament 10 times out of 10, or 8 times out of 10. Let me not say 10. You can kind of talk through it and be like, hey, I don't, because you're more in a comfortable zone with them because they are your village people. Like, hey, I didn't really like how you said that. I get the message that you were trying to tell me, but you ain't have to say that like that. Y'all gonna talk it out versus, dealing with somebody that may not be in your village. But then too, self-reflect. Why are you feeling like you're being triggered by someone's offense? And then think about a time where you may have said something offensive and you kind of was like, they're going to have to deal with it. It's kind of a contradiction. And if you don't like certain stuff being done to you, maybe you shouldn't do it. Maybe you should pause every time you interact with people and be like, maybe I shouldn't say that. You ain't got to say it out loud, but just think in your head. Just read the room. Who are these people around me? What topic can I bring up? Or whatever. But how do I not be offensive to this person? Especially depending on, I know for me, colorisms come up. Non-supportive. It's more one-directional connection minus village people. Because those are my two-way connections. But it's like, read the room and kind of be like, you know what? Let me not jump down this person's throat like that. But if it's somebody that you want to hang out with and you're trying to build something up with, pull them to the side. Say, hey, or wait till afterwards. I don't know. You know your time frame better than I do. I know me. I'm going to pull you to the side and be like, hey, that's not cool. But if you did it in front of everybody else, I'm going to say it in a way where I'm not finna disrespect you. I'm just going to be like, hey, that's not cool. Why you say it like that? Why are you saying that? I don't bring up you, whatever can be offensive towards that person, depending on who it is. I don't like that toenail color. But why you bringing me that? Why you say that about me? Depending on the person. But that's just me. So ego, take it out. Second one is basically pause. Check your thing first. Why are you even being triggered if you being offended or someone's being offensive towards you? And as you're connecting with people, you kind of know what not to bring up. You know what I'm saying? It's like being more mindful. Be more mindful of reading the room, reading the person. And because you don't know when you're being offensive to somebody, but you know you don't like it being done to you. So kind of, self-check. There you go. And then the third one is, if you really are in a situation where someone is being offensive towards you and it's a habit, or you keep putting yourself around that particular person or situation, it can be family. Me, I remove family. I don't give a crap who you are. I don't care. If I know that's something that's just in you, okay, I need to just be around you maybe once a year or once every couple of years. I've done it because you will recognize that that's just how they are. They don't know no better. They're not on a journey of trying to self better themselves. They just feel like they can't change. I don't know what the block is. I know for me, if I'm willing to take in, if someone tells me I'm being offensive to them, let me go ahead and, let me sit down with that one. Because only somebody else can tell me how they're experiencing me. I can't dictate to them, no, you took it wrong. No, you should experience it. No, I'm telling you, your shit is wrong. And it's not because they're experiencing me. I can't regulate how my tone is all the time, how I can come off. I don't know what they've been through. I can say the word chico, what was abracadabra. This is a abracadabra. It may be a trigger word for them. I don't know. All I can do is say, you know what? Okay, I'll do my best not to say that word again. Because I recognize I don't want to be offensive towards you. And I have a genuine God love towards people because we're all human. We in this thing together. And you a cool person. You may be shitty somewhere else. I don't know. But me and your interaction, I respect you enough not to do that. Especially if you tell me that that's the trigger for you. Now, if you don't tell me and you keep laughing with the joke, whatever, I don't know. But it's okay to tell people. No matter what category you put them in. If it's something that if they don't know and you assuming people can't read your minds, do that. Do that piece right then and there. It saves people time, disappointment, expectations won't be, let down or whatever. But that simple basic principle, is it really principle? Yep, it's a principle. Should be, exercised more amongst people. So that's just my takeaway with dealing with offense or being offensive to people. Let me know what you think. Y'all know my email. Y'all know my contact information. Let me know what you think about the topic. And hope you found this topic intriguing. Give you something to think about. Maybe talk about. Hope you're not talking about me. I'm joking. I don't care. But have a good night and thank you all for listening.